Welcome to WNFM 104.3, the rock station, where you get your rock. Yeah, all day, all night, rock hard, rock fast, The Rock. Well, look who's still up. Either you're working the late shift, can't sleep, or you just like the sound of my voice too much to call it a night. Whatever your excuse, welcome back. This is Everett, your nightlight in the static, broadcasting live from the second floor of Rosie's Diner, right above the deep fryer just left of Dignity. You're tuned in to WNFM 104.3, the only station in town with more vinyl than working microphones and more opinions than listeners. But hey, we're consistent. It's 12:03 a.m. on a Tuesday or maybe Wednesday, depending on how your day's been going. Time gets slippery around here after midnight, especially if you've been staring at the ceiling wondering if you remember to pay the water bill. You didn't, but that's tomorrow Everett's problem. Now, let's take a quick spin through what's going on in this fine little town of ours. I'm told the marching band over at Midwich High is holding their annual Caramel Apple fundraiser outside of Cuthers Market this Saturday. Bring cash, bring patience, and maybe bring some floss. Because those apple sticks are harder than your cousin Larry's third divorce. All proceeds go towards new uniforms and fixing the saxophone Gerald sat on last week. In civic news, Mayor Hanley has officially declared war on potholes. Again. Crews were spotted out on Nathan Avenue this morning, bravely circling one crater with orange cones and then mysteriously vanishing by lunch. We salute your service, gentlemen.
Saludos.
May your shovels stay sharp and your excuses remain printable. Meanwhile, someone's finally opening up a new sandwich place over on Finley Street.
Nice.
Right where the old pet shop used to be. It's called Grain and Bone, which sounds like a bakery or the final boss in a gluten-free RPG. Either way, they're open late. They take card, and according to my sources, the tuna melt won't kill you. What? Probably. In personal news, I discovered this morning that the toaster in the break room now only works if you wedge a spoon between it and pray to St. Jude, which, incidentally, is also how I handle dating. Alright, let's get to some music in a few. Carl requested something loud with a guitar solo that can melt concrete. Trudy asked for Bonnie Tyler again, which, look, I don't control what the people want. I just cue in the tapes and try not to spill coffee on the board. Stick around. Coming up next, we've got your local classifieds, a weather update that is mostly guesswork, and a phone call from Dennis, who wants to talk about his neighbor's rooster again. Lord help us. You're listening to WNFM 104.3. For the coffee's burnt, the phones are temperamental, and the host hasn't slept since '07. I'm Everett. Don't go anywhere unless you're bringing snacks. 12:08 in the AM, and you're just joining us. Welcome back to the only radio show in town still held together with duct tape, coffee, and pure spite. This is Everett, coming to you live from the top floor of Rosie's Bar, where the pie's still decent, the coffee's still not, and the bathroom key now requires 2 forms of ID. Let's talk about the weather, because apparently it's December now, but someone forgot to tell the sky. It's been fog for the past 5 nights straight. Not that pretty Hallmark card kind either. I mean thick. The kind of fog that makes you feel like your headlights are lying to you. You ever seen a street light that glows like it's ashamed of itself? That's Nathan Avenue right now. And the temperature. Now don't get me started. Cold in the morning, hot by lunch, and by evening you're walking around in a hoodie, sweating like you just lied under oath. It's like the weather has mood swings. I'd file a complaint, but I don't know who's in charge anymore. I ran into Mrs. Langston outside of Cuthers yesterday. She's usually sharp as a tack, right? Been running that flower shop since before half of us were born. But I swear I asked her how her business was, and she just stared past me and said, "The tulips keep whispering at night." Which, okay, maybe she's just tired. Or maybe I finally met someone else who talks to plants and they actually answer. Then there's Ted from the hardware store. Always wore the same flannel, red plaid, never a wrinkle. But yesterday, came in wearing a poncho and 2 left shoes. Claimed it was for balance. Folks around town been a little twitchy lately. You notice that? Everyone's walking around like they forgot something important but can't remember what. Just glazed over stares and nervous energy. Almost like someone pressed pause on the town but forgot to tell our bodies. Maybe it's the barometric pressure. Maybe it's the fog. Or maybe, hear me out, we have finally run out of small talk and our brains are just simply rebooting. Anyway, if you see me out there tomorrow muttering to myself and trying to remember where I parked my truck, don't worry. I'm just assimilating like everyone else. Now, let's check the community board real quick. Let's see. Bingo's moved from the church basement to the civic center till the furnace gets replaced. The annual chili cook-off has been postponed due to ambiguous weather. That's the official term. And Roger, down at the bait shop, says that he caught a trout with human-looking teeth. But Roger also thinks that Bluetooth gives you worms, so take that with a grain of salt. Coming up after the break, we've got our usual batch of song requests, the return of my award-losing segment Conspiracy Corner with Carl, and a brief rant about why you shouldn't put ketchup on mac and cheese. Spoiler alert, it's because you're a monster. You're listening to Everett, and this is WNFM 104.3. Stay cozy, stay sharp. And if the guy at the post office asks if you've seen the third moon, just nod and back away slowly. Well, look at that. We made it. May is almost out the door, school's winding down, and you can officially smell sunscreen and mosquito repellent in the air again. That's right, folks. Summer's limping its way back into town like a hungover uncle who swears he's changed. This is Everett, broadcasting live from the second floor of Rosie's Diner, where the ceiling fan wobbles just enough to make you nervous, and the cherry pie's back in season for the three of you who still have teeth. Now, I know what you're thinking. Warm weather, cold drinks, questionable decisions, just like God intended. But wouldn't you know it, the fog's making a comeback. Not the thick, apocalyptic, your headlights are useless and your GPS is lying kind like we had back in the winter. No, this one's different. This fog's got manners. It rolls in light, hangs out near the tree line, and doesn't ask for much. Just a little real estate and all of your distant unease. It's like the fog went to therapy and learned boundaries. Still, it's weird, right? May used to be the clearest month that we had. You could practically see across the lake. Now you're lucky if you can see across your own lawn without squinting like Clint Eastwood. I saw Ricky mowing his lawn the other morning with a headlamp and a compass. Man looked like he was clearing a trail through a jungle gym. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to ruin the summer, but the fog does keep creeping in like it owns the place. We might have to have the 4th of July fireworks indoors. Nothing says patriotism like sparklers in a high school gym. And let's not forget the annual Toluca Lake Boat Parade, still scheduled for the last Saturday of June, assuming that we can see the water and nobody gets lost halfway through and ends up in someone's koi pond. Again, I swear, if this fog messes up my plans to sit in a folding chair drinking iced tea and pretending to care about cornhole tournaments, I will write a strongly worded letter to whichever deity handles seasonal transitions. In other news, the sandwich place on Finley, Grain and Bone, has introduced a summer menu. It now includes a cucumber mojito hoagie, which is either a sandwich or a cry for help. I'll try one on Friday and report back, assuming it doesn't cause immediate spiritual consequences. Coming up after the break, we've got some summer song requests, a weather update that may or may not be plagiarized from a farmer's almanac, and a live call from Darlene, who claims her tomato plants are speaking French. So, that's promising. You're listening to Everett, and this is WNFM 104.3. Your source for late-night nonsense, light fog, and emotionally unstable weather patterns. Stay breezy, stay hydrated, and for the love of all that is holy, do not wear flip-flops to the post office. It's a crime against dignity. 12:09 in the a.m. And if you're hearing this, congrats. You survived another day of God's favorite party trick. Summer in our little corner of the world, featuring 89% humidity, zero breeze, and a fog thick enough to spread with a butter knife. This is Everett, coming to you from above Rosie's Diner, where the AC's broken again and the jukebox is still playing Dust in the Wind on repeat. Which, if we're being honest, is a little on the nose lately. Now, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but we're on, day 19 of full-time fog? Maybe 20? I've stopped counting. My windows are sweating. My porch is growing moss. I saw a squirrel slip on my driveway this morning like it was on an oil slick. And hey, Remember when I said the fog seemed polite back in May? Yeah, scratch that. This one's rude. This one's got presence. You open your front door and it feels like someone's standing there waiting for you. Not moving, just waiting. I walked down Bachman Road yesterday, just stretching my legs, and I swear to you, I saw the old pharmacy had its lights on, which is weird because it had been shut down since 2003. And not like flickering old bulb weird, I mean fluorescent. Someone's in there reading a magazine kind of lit up. Maybe I just need glasses, or maybe a nap. Or to stop eating those gas station burritos with the glowing green label. Anyone else feel like people around town have gotten off? I stopped into the post office and the clerk just stared at me until I left. Didn't blink, didn't speak, just watched me like I was a magic trick that she didn't understand. I asked her if I had something on my face, and still nothing. Just that 1,000-yard I've seen the abyss and its sorting bulk mail kind of look. Hell, even Rosie down at the diner, bless her, that woman's fried more bacon than I've had thoughts, asked me this morning if I felt the bones under the lake. Which, I didn't really have a follow-up for. Anyway, let's check the weather. It says here, sunny with a high of 81. So that's clearly fiction. You could put the fog in a bowl and serve it with croutons. If you've seen the sun recently, congratulations. You may be eligible for sainthood. We'll take some calls after the break, assuming the phone lines behave. They've been acting up lately. Get this, earlier tonight, I answered a call, said, WNFM, you're on the air. And all I heard was this breathing, long and slow. No background noise, just breath. Like someone was standing right behind the mic, just listening. And I hung up, of course, because that's above my pay grade, but hey, maybe they're just excited for the summer playlist. Coming up next, we've got a few song requests. Reminder that the farmer's market is canceled this week due to visibility issues, and a story from Carl about how his lawnmower now only runs when he's angry. Which actually tracks. This is Everett, and you're listening to WNFM 104.3. Stay cool, stay careful, and maybe keep your porch light on tonight. Just in case. Okay, you're tuned into WNFM, I think. This is Everett. Still up here in the booth, still talking, still doing the thing. If you're hearing this, maybe call in, just so I know that I'm not screaming into the void. Felt like I just sat down. I swear I remember pouring my coffee, checking the playlist, but it's cold now. It's ice cold, like it's been sitting here for hours. And the clock is stuck. It still says 7:07. It's been 7:07 for, hell, I don't know, a while. And here's the fun part. I tried walking around earlier just to clear my head. The place is empty. The whole damn studio. No techs, no engineers, no Rosie dropping off pie, just empty chairs and dead air. But I can hear people. I swear to God, I hear voices out in the hallway, and not like whispers either. Conversations, laughter, doors opening, footsteps, but when I check, there's nothing. Just silence. I tried the front door, and it was locked. It's not like, oops, I forgot my key locked. I mean, it wouldn't move. Like the whole frame is welded shut. I even kicked it, and you know me, I don't kick things unless they insult my mother. I don't know how long I've been here. I mean, I know it's summer. It has to be. The fog is still here, thick as sin, curling under the window like smoke, but I don't see cars anymore. and no lights are out there, just this white, like we're floating in milk, like the rest of the world got erased. I don't even know if I'm on the air anymore. Maybe the signal died, maybe I'm just talking to myself like a crazy person in an empty diner booth with a microphone and a head full of static. But if anyone is out there, tell me what's going on. Please, just call in and just once. I keep hearing that noise again. Like a TV that's on in the next room. Just barely loud enough to let you know that something's wrong. It keeps going in and out, and it's... Wait. Do you hear that? Oh no. Not that. Not again. The clock's still frozen. The calendar still says July 18th, but I think that I've seen the pages fall off twice already. The windows they're wrong. It's not fog anymore. It's smoke. Ash. It curls against the glass like it's breathing. I watched a handprint form on the other side earlier. 5 fingers. Small. They're there for an hour. Stayed there for an hour. And then it slid down. And left a trail. I haven't heard from anyone. Phones, they're still dead. The lights, they flicker on their own. The hallway outside the booth is stretching. I swear, it was 12 feet long yesterday. Now it's more like 40. I opened the door and it was just red. Brick, rust, rebar. Walls, they look like they're bleeding. I heard my name whispered in the static, and I swear it wasn't my voice. Okay. I think we're back on air. I don't really... I can't tell anymore. This is Everett, and you're listening to WNFM 104.3, I think. Broadcasting live from Rosie's Diner. How long have I been here? If you're out there, if anyone is hearing this, I don't know what's going on. Something is wrong. This isn't normal. I'm trying to hold it together. This equipment isn't working right. The monitors flash on their own. The mic was already on when I came on tonight, and I swear to you, I haven't left the booth since I sat down. I haven't left. But I don't remember coming in either. I feel like I've been here forever.
You left her alone.
What?
You left her alone, Everett.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who is this?
You said you'd be right back.
How do you know that? What the hell's going on? This isn't a bit. This isn't a broadcast. I'm stuck in, I think... No, not that. Not that sound. Not again. Not again. I don't know what day it is anymore. I think the clock's broken. Maybe time just gave up trying to move around here. I found a bottle in the bottom drawer. Buffalo Trace. Been saving it. Told myself I'd crack it open on retirement day. Whatever the hell that was supposed to be, but... You know what? Screw it. To whoever's still listening out there, if anyone is, this one's for you. If no one's out there, well, at least I'm finally being honest with myself. It's overdue. I used to be someone else before I came here. Before I became the guy with the jokes and the weather reports and the late night vinyl spins. I had a life. I was trying to, anyway. Her name was Rachel. She was smart and tired. And beautiful in that way that you don't notice until she laughs at something that you said that wasn't even funny. She had a kid. Elise. 6 years old. Looked nothing like her mother, but acted just like her. This big smile, a bright laugh. Wore those little pink shoes with light-up heels. And ran like she was trying to outrun the planet. They didn't have much. Neither did I. But for a while, felt like maybe we were building something real and good. We moved in together. I asked Rachel to marry me. And I said I wanted to adopt Elise. Not because I had to, because I wanted to. I meant it. God help me, I did. And then came that Thursday. Rachel had to work late. Elise had gymnastics after school, and she asked me to pick her up. First time, of course. I said, I gotta work. I got it handled, but I'll be right back. In reality, there was this game on. It was Thursday night football, some dumb rivalry that I didn't even care about. And I told myself that I'd just stop at the bar with my friends off of Bachman for a little bit. You know, just have a drink, hang out with the boys, check the score. I had time. But I lost track of time. I got pulled into the game, started talking to some guy at the bar about linebackers and bourbon. Ordered wings. The sun went down and I didn't even notice. Rachel left work early. She didn't even close up right. Just told her boss something came up and ran out, and it was raining. Hard. The road was slick. I didn't even know until my phone buzzed with a text. Just 6 words. You left her alone, Everett. That was the last thing that she ever said to me. They found the car against the tree just past the Paleville turn. Rachel died instantly. Elise was still breathing when they pulled her out. They said that she died in the ambulance. And I never saw them again. I told everyone that I had been stuck in traffic. I blamed the weather. I told Rachel's family that I got there just a few minutes too late. I even faked a voicemail from the school to make it sound like they'd forgot to call me. No one ever questioned it. No one ever called me a liar. Except me. Every day. I came here after that. This town. Didn't plan it. I started driving and ended up on the edge of Toluca. Stayed because, I don't know, something about it felt right. I don't know. Something about it felt right. Like it didn't care who I used to be. But now, Now this station's rotten. The floors are breathing, and the hallway loops back on itself. I keep hearing things. Voices and whispers. Static that says my name, and I'm not touching the mic. I still don't know what's happening. I still don't know where I am or why the doors won't open, but this bottle's halfway gone. My lungs still work. So I guess I'll just keep talking until something tells me to stop. Rachel, please. If somehow you hear it. If there's a way that the signal... I'm sorry. I'm so damn sorry. I left you alone. I did. And I've been running from that ever since. And I don't know what happens next. But I ain't going anywhere. Not this time. And that was the final broadcast of WNFM 104.3, the so-called Fog Rolls Deep tapes. The tapes were discovered by a demolition crew who claimed to hear a radio still playing somewhere inside the building, despite no power being connected. When they broke through the rotting subfloor, they found a sealed room with a broadcasting desk, an old mic, and a single chair facing an empty window. But that's where it gets strange. There is no official record of any radio station ever being registered in that building, or anywhere in the town. There is no documentation of a WNFM 104.3, no frequency license, no tax records, no maintenance logs, nothing. In fact, there is no record of a man named Everett Langley ever working in radio. No ID, no employee files, not even a missing persons report. As far as anyone can tell, he never existed. And Rosie's Diner? While the ground floor was still recognizable, the upper level, where the booth allegedly was, had no stairwell, no structural support, and no evidence that a second floor had ever been built. To this day, no one can explain the tapes, or how a voice that was never supposed to exist managed to echo across the static and into the hands of the living. And maybe that's the point. Left her alone.